Live with studios in Midland and Odessa, you're watching CBS7 First Alert News at 9 on the CW West Texas.
United, there is nothing that cannot stop us. And I think we're at an inflection point to move forward. I think Americans are hungry to come together. They're hungry for unity. They're hungry to see a country that comes together as Americans, not as one political party or another.
You just heard Congressman August Pfluger's thoughts on the recent events surrounding the Republican National Convention, where today's theme is Make America Safe Again. In just a few minutes, we'll have a recap of the day's events so far. Good evening, and thanks for joining us here for CBS 7 News at 9 on the CW. And thanks to those of you joining us live on our CBS 7 YouTube page. I'm Jay Hendricks, and we start tonight with some education news for you. Current Odessa City Councilman Steve Thompson is campaigning for re-election to the District 2 seat. Thompson was born and raised in Odessa and is a Permian High School graduate. He started his own insurance consulting and brokerage company in 1973 and retired in 2013. In 2020, Steve Thompson won the District 2 seat with 55% of the vote. Since then, he has seen changes with the city leadership and worked with Odessans through multiple water crises over the years. Thompson says that aging infrastructure and wastewater treatment plant are high on his list of priorities. Although Thompson says the treatment plant is 85% completed, there is still work to be done.
We've got some money we're putting into it to get it back to where at least it is really functional and doing what it needs to do. However, at some point we're going to have to build a new one. So, you know, that's expensive. It takes a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of planning. So that's something, because of our growth, that we just have to do.
Thompson says his other priorities center around bringing businesses to District 2 and improving Odessa roads. Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th. Also this morning, Odessa native Craig Stoker announcing his candidacy for the Odessa City Council at-large seat. Over the past decade, Stoker has been growing abiliside Odessa, joining numerous boards and learning about the city's workings. He says he feels confident that his networking and knowledgeability make him a valuable asset to the community. He says he is committed to representing the diverse voices and issues from the north, south, east, and west sides of the city, ensuring all residents are heard equally.
I've got support all over the community, really through my work in nonprofits. I've worked with groups, you know, on the south side, on the west side, on the northeast. Yeah, I've got support all over town, and I've had conversations with people all over town. There are different issues that affect different people, and we have to really bring the community back together to work together to solve those things.
When asked about Odessa-specific issues, he highlighted water, infrastructure, and roads as priorities. Stoker believes that the key to making Odessa better lies in identifying existing partnerships and connecting those lines together. Time now to talk your weather forecast. We saw some winds blow through. In fact, a lot of dust blowing through, and then some light showers. Tom, is this a start of maybe some more that could be on the way?
Yeah, we're going to see that cold front roll in tomorrow morning. Could see a few isolated showers, thunder showers associated with it. Not much left right across the central Permian Basin other than a few sprinkles here and there across areas. That outflow boundaries really moved off to the south and southwest. All the added moisture, though, really shows you where all the windmills are here across portions of the Permian Basin. But this is a real deal in a way. A thunderstorm is bearing down on the Gale area and moving off to the south, the south-southwest. This is associated with that front and the other activity here across the South Plains. So that is moving off to the south. We'll see some of it affect us into the morning hours. 0.6 of an inch of rain in Big Spring. Just 1/100th out at Midland Air Park. 2/100ths in Andrews from some showers we had earlier this evening. It cooled things off to a little bit into the lower 80s out there at the present time to the upper 70s. So looking pretty nice out there. And for the overnight hours, we're going to see those temperatures slide down into the mid 70s with that cool front knocking on the door first thing in the morning.
Turning to a developing story now, according to a letter that was sent to members, Sunset Golf Course and Country Club in North Odessa will close when the last person finishes their play on August 1st. Tommy Rhodes learned to play golf around 30 years ago. It's a sport he and his wife enjoy playing together, and since the mid-90s, they've enjoyed playing it at Sunset Golf Course. And while he says he is sad to see the course go, he's also excited for the future opportunities for the land's new owners, ECISD.
The good thing that I see out of this is there is approximately 170 to 180 acres out there. So with that being said, there is enough room there that ECISD could go in there and build an elementary school, a junior high, and a high school, all right there on that property.
Ector County ISD purchased the property 2 months ago for future growth.
Where are families moving? Where will we need to place those schools? And as we worked with our real estate agents, the Sunset Golf Course was available and just made sense for us.
Like we say, according to that letter that was sent to golfers, Sunset will close on August 1st. Now, as far as ECISD's future plans with the property, CBS7 will continue to follow any decisions made and update you as we learn more. Now to a story that is all new here at 9. A special meeting was held today to discuss expanding the fire emergency medical services for all of Ector County. CBS7's Armando Gomez was at the meeting today and joins us with the details. Armando?
Well, the Ector County Hospital District Board of Directors, the City Council of Odessa, and the Ector County Commissioners Court all came to an agreement to provide fire and EMS services to all city and county residents. Today was a first step towards a bigger project in implementing fire EMS services for the unincorporated areas of Ector County. It's a response to the growing population in those areas.
On healthcare, we say minutes is muscle, especially when you're dealing with heart tissue. And we just want to make sure that our responders get there as fast as they can and get their patient back to us. This gives another opportunity to get people to our patients faster.
With the change, the city of Odessa will benefit from a tax reduction of 14 cents, and the county residents will gain improved fire and EMS services through increased funding.
So this is actually the best tax policy based decision that we could do for all Ector County residents. It's actually less than what we were talking about for the emergency service districts as far as levying taxes. So it's good for them. And then also it lowers tax rates for the city of Odessa residents.
ECHD will collect and contribute to the fire and EMS funding. Odessa Fire Rescue has implemented a software called Dark Horse to see which area in Ector County has the highest volume of emergency situations, which will help determine the future for possible new emergency response stations.
Which will help us to determine where for sure the places are, but I can tell you right off the top of my head, West Odessa needs service out there.
The changes will not affect the volunteer fire departments, and it will continue to update you as these plans develop. For CBS7 First Alert News, I'm Armando Gomez.
In 26 days, students and teachers of ECISD will be returning back to the classroom for the upcoming school year. Hard to believe it's already here, but the district has been hard at work throughout the summer months to get ready. The upcoming school year, ECISD will introduce a new tech elementary school, and in a few years, there will be a new middle school. For the first time, ECISD will also expand its baccalaureate program to Crockett Middle School and Pease Elementary.
Pease Elementary will revert back to a kindergarten through 5th grade school, as will Zavala Elementary and Noel Elementary. So some school transitions within those programs as well.
Last November, ECISD passed part of a historic bond that will have a massive impact on the entire district. Over the last several months, ECISD has been working on the bond, updating technology in current ECISD schools, upgrading infrastructure and new equipment, and closing on property for new ECISD buildings and designs for those buildings.
Our Career and Technical Education Committee has been meeting for the last several months, and they are almost complete with the, I'll call it the internal design, the programming design of the building. These are the types of programs that the committee feels we would like to offer, so we're excited about the work of CTE. That work will continue throughout the summer, and then our architect will take that information and begin the actual drawings of that facility, so that's pretty cool.
Also new to ECISD is an app-based registration form that streamlines the paperwork involved with registration. If you still need to register your student for school, don't worry, registration is open all summer and school year for students who move in to the district. Permian Strategic Partnership has invested $10 million for a new career and technical training center in the Ector County Independent School District. The facility was designed in partnership with Odessa College. It'll prepare students for industry-based jobs to help them grow throughout the region. It will also serve adults, and they'll be able to attend courses in the evenings and on weekends.
But we have a responsibility to develop that workforce, not only today's, but tomorrow's. This facility will provide our students with a world-class opportunity to be educated using the type of equipment and facilities that they would experience in their world of work.
Construction will begin in January 2025. Officials plan for the facility to be open in 2027. Today, Midland County held a ribbon cutting for the grand opening of West County Road 120 extension. Take a look.
One.
The project has been in the works for over a year and a half now. The new road directly connects Midkiff Road and the new South Loop 250, so people in the area can get to the loop faster without having to cut through neighborhoods and go downtown. It is expected to reduce travel time, traffic congestion, increase economic development, and overall help make the county a safer place.
This is very important for the functioning of the county. The reason why is, God forbid there's an emergency. Now you have straight access to be able to get from one road to the other instead of meandering through neighborhoods.
The West County Road 120 extension cost $2.8 million and is just one of many roads the county is currently working on. The Midland County Horseshoe Arena is looking to expand. A public meeting was held in June to discuss creating a new outdoor recreation space. And now the Commissioner's Court is sending out a survey to hear from you about what you'd like to see in the new area. As of right now, elements that may be included are playscapes, water features, walking trails, and natural areas. If you are interested in participating in the survey, you can find a link on our website. Just go to CBS7.com. The last day to complete it is July the 21st. Across the nation, President Joe Biden has tested positive for COVID-19. That is according to the White House. As a result, the president was forced to cancel a speech he was going to give in Las Vegas to Latino voters. Our national correspondent Josh Roltenberg has the latest from Washington.
According to White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, President Biden tested positive for COVID-19 following his first event in Las Vegas Wednesday. She says he was experiencing mild symptoms. The president's doctor says this afternoon the president started showing signs of not feeling well, including having a runny nose and non-productive cough. The doctor says President Biden has received his first dose of Paxlovid. Now, this is the third time the president has had COVID-19. Jean-Pierre says he will return to his home in Rehoboth, Delaware, where he will self-isolate and continue carrying out his duties at full capacity. She added the White House will provide regular updates on the president's status. In Washington, I'm Josh Roltenberg.
Still ahead, Vice Presidential nominee J.D. Vance headlines Night 3 of the RNC. What delegates expect to hear from him, plus how the day has been so far. Up next. Tonight, Republican Vice Presidential nominee J.D. Vance's time in the spotlight at the RNC. The junior senator from Ohio will headline night 3 of the Republican National Convention as former President Trump's vice president pick. And many delegates on hand say they are excited about the choice and the speech. Natalie Brand has more details from Milwaukee.
Night 3 of the Republican National Convention is underway with a focus on national security.
Donald Trump restored American strength before. Donald Trump will restore American strength again.
And a lot of anticipation to hear vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance.
I joke with the president that, I'm very excited about this evening, and I don't plan to screw it up. But if I do, it's too late. He made the pick, right?
Vance is expected to share his personal story, rising up from poverty, and his family's struggles with drug abuse, as documented in his memoir, Hillbilly Elegy. Indiana alternate delegate Becky Bechtel says she's reading the book now.
How do you think that personal story is going to play into the rest of campaign season?
I think that he has an empathy with the American people that a lot of other politicians, if you will, do not have.
Mayor John David Longo of Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania, like Senator Vance, is a Marine Corps veteran.
I'm looking for strength on the national stage. I can tell you as a veteran, having been to a place like Afghanistan, it's very important that we project strength.
Senator Vance has been a vocal critic of additional U.S. military aid for Ukraine, alarming some in the Republican Party. Vance has also made a journey from outspoken Trump critic to running mate, ready to officially accept the VP nomination tonight. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Milwaukee.
The Biden campaign announced that Vice President Kamala Harris has accepted an invitation from CBS for a vice presidential debate in late July or early August. The Trump campaign has not yet committed, referencing divisions in the Democratic Party over whether President Biden should step aside.
Well, back home in West Texas, it looks like rain chances on the increase. That'll move in a little bit later on tonight in the early morning hours. We'll talk about that cold front and its impact coming up next.
Now, from the CBS7 First Alert Weather Center, here's Chief Meteorologist Tom Tiefertiller.
Well, as we take a look at the radar and satellite view, we are looking at more clouds, some thunderstorms moving in across parts of the northern Permian Basin out of the South Plains. Well, that's that cold front that's starting to drop down and kicking off some showers and thunder showers. It could roll through the Permian Basin towards the early morning hours. We had an outflow boundary roll through earlier today. A lot of wind and dust associated with that, but some helpful rainfall amounts, upwards of 0.6 of an inch in and around Big Spring earlier today, cooling things off to 79 there. And we're cooled off a little bit too into the lower 80s, so not too bad in the evening, but still hot around Pecos, Fort Stockton, looking at 95 degrees. High pressure's been controlling our weather, starting to ease away to the northwest, and we're being more in this northerly flow in the upper levels of the atmosphere. That's helping swing that front through, and will continue to do so for tomorrow. So a little bit of a break on temperatures and also an increase in rain chances, as this trough's really not going anyplace, so it's going to swing another front through as we move in towards the latter part of the weekend. Rest of tonight into tomorrow, again dealing with that front that's starting to set up here across parts of the South Plains and moving off to the south. So we'll see it again first thing in the morning, as temperatures across the state again starting to cool off a little bit. Behind that front, we're into the mid to low 80s right now, still hanging on to 92 in San Antonio, 95 in Presidio. Futurecast shows again isolated shower thunderstorm chance for the early morning hours as that front swings through. But once we get a little daytime heating, things really blossom across the Trans-Pecos into the mountain areas in the way of isolated, widely scattered showers and thunderstorms. Maybe a little bit more trying to move in across southeast New Mexico early on Friday. But I think we'll see a little bit of a break before rain chances start to increase once again moving in towards the weekend. So for tonight, we're going to keep an isolated thunderstorm around with that front swinging through. Lower 70s on the way with a wind shift to northeast to east winds up to 20 miles an hour in gusts, lower 90s for tomorrow afternoon. So a little bit of a change in our forecast there. Back into the mid 90s on Friday, but keeping some rain chances around. They pick up a little bit more with that front, little disturbance coming up this weekend. And behind that next front, about a 10-degree temperature flip-flop there with highs only into the mid to upper 80s.
West Texas FC playing in the NPSL playoffs tonight. A look at the history of their season coming up in just a few minutes. The NPSL playoffs continue tonight at Astound Broadband Stadium in Midland and are going on, in fact, as we speak. West Texas FC has been on a roll as of late. Their last few games, and they play Oklahoma City 1889 tonight. This is the NPSL's regional semifinal round. Now, West Texas FC currently plays, as we said, Oklahoma City. They are the winner of the Heartland Conference. West Texas hosted both games in the conference playoffs, winning both handily. Head coach David Ormiston is confident in his team, but also credits the fans in attendance for the boost.
Yeah, looking forward to it. This is a big game. We're down now to the last 16 teams in the whole entire country, and again, another opportunity to play in front of the fans and hopefully put on a special performance. I always say it, they're the 12th man. When you're physically tired, mentally tired, to have them come out in the numbers that they come out, with the energy that they bring, the noise they bring, you hear the drums banging, the horns going, it makes a big difference to push the boys on.
West Texas is coming into tonight's game with a 7-game win streak and a spot in the regional final on the line. If West Texas wins tonight, they should be the host of the regional final, but of course the game tonight comes first. CBS 7 Jensen Young will have a full recap and highlights of the game coming up tonight on CBS 7 News at 10.
Well, after a dusty, windy day across parts of West Texas and a few scattered showers and thunderstorms, again, picking up 0.6 of an inch of rain in Big Spring from thunderstorms, about 2 100s up towards the Andrews area and about 3 100s across the city of Midland. Well, we're going to see things calm down a little bit overnight, but we could see some pockets of showers, thunder showers with that cold front first thing in the morning. Also, it's going to drop temperatures a little bit. Then on Friday, we'll see a little bit of a pause and everything, just a 10% chance of a thunderstorm or two. But that rain chance to start to pick back up with another front on the way. It looks like coming up late Sunday into Monday. And that one's really going to knock the stuffing out of temperatures. Yeah. Who can complain with mid-80s this time in July?
50% chance, so a little better chance.
A little bit better chance. I don't think everybody's going to get wet, but at least we are going to see some showers and thunderstorms.
All right, Tom, thanks. And thanks for joining us here for CBS 7 First Alert News at 9 on the CW. More news coming up tonight after the RNC.